Hello, good afternoon to one and all. Like you, we are very much ready to go here and looking forward to a game that has been the topic for universal conversation in this part of the world for much of the last few days. It's dry at the moment, but the forecasters have warned us of impending rain. There's no certainty about that, but when it does come, it shouldn't affect the dynamics of a match which has so much riding on it. And this must be amongst the favoured arenas of supporters all over the world. It really does have a very special feel to it. Dynamo Moscow have gone with a 3-4-3 formation by the looks of it, Jim.
Yeah, Peter, and I would say that this setup is probably mostly geared to the front three. I think keeping them busy with chances is obviously a responsibility for everyone else in the team, so the midfield four in particular are keen to get on the front foot and play their part. The back three have just got to get on with it, and at times they are left a little exposed.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Shakhtar Donetsk are unbeaten in 5 on the road. It's a good run. Cuts it out. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Stuck out a leg for a good challenge. Pietov sends that a long way. Dashing forward at pace. Looking for space out wide. And it's hoisted clear. Hits one! That really should have hit the net. Dynamo Moscow are enjoying the lion's share of possession, but nothing yet to show for it. Defence has got rid of that. Forward it goes. It is quite a run he's making here. They've got it back as soon as they gave it away. That's great strength on the ball. Danger averted for now. Sunjic. And that's a throw. And he's going long. Defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Stepanenko. It's a brilliant interception. The referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means.
What's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they've never really been threatened in the first half. I think it's been a magnificent team effort. The work rate has been superb. Very, very organised.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Dynamo Moscow clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. Good challenge, he just stood firm.
He's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
And the shot! And in it goes! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for. A 1-0 lead established.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
Aimed long and direct.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Dynamo Moscow have not got very long if they hope to rescue this. They're being urged forward by great home support, but they need something to go their way pretty soon, Peter.
So was it or wasn't it? Well, you be the judge, but he did look very, very willing to go down. Dynamo Moscow present their opponents with the best possible chance here. And he's kept it out.
Well, it's always worrying that the psyche is affected after a missed penalty.
Kietov will lay claim to that.
Shakhtar Donetsk keeping their men at arm's length here.
Yeah, I just think it's a conservative move to deny runners the opportunity of going beyond that rear guard. Shakhtar Donetsk are looking to make this one safe. They want to reduce the risk.
It's got through, face to face with the keeper. Out for a throw.
Shakhtar Donetsk can afford to settle on seeing this one out by running down the clock, I think.
The final whistle. Well, that is not the outcome they were after. A truly disappointing defeat.
Look, I think a draw might have been a much fairer result today. It's just that one crucial second-half goal. That's what cost them.
Just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin for joining us and to wish you a very good day. Hello, good afternoon to one and all. Like you, we are very much ready to go here and looking forward to a game that has been the topic for universal conversation in this part of the world for much of the last few days. It's dry at the moment, but the forecasters have warned us of impending rain. There's no certainty about that, but when it does come, it shouldn't affect the dynamics of a match which has so much riding on it. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. The information we've been given is that they're going to go with a 3-5-2.
Well, the formation that was once the staple diet of the Italian game and still holds its place. To be honest, Peter, had I gone on to be a coach, this would have been my preferred setup. I think it can service many different approaches and it could add numbers quite quickly at either end of the pitch. With the right talent, this can be a thriving structure.
So it's away we go then. This is promising. Goalkeeper's ball. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Great ball, and now the shot! Boots it to safety. Dynamo Kiev are on the crest of a slump. No points from the last 50. The shot's on! That's a lovely try, but not to be.
Almost the perfect move. Almost. The finish just wasn't quite at the same level.
He's got through. He's in, surely. It's a loose ball. Gets it upfield. Great strength, too strong for his opponent.
It's a busy front line.
And that's a foul. Free kick's been given. That's been levered clear. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. He's made sure that that won't get through. Still, rather frustratingly, it is 0-0. It's anyone's ball. Kept looking to shoot! Good clearance and very necessary. Tries to stroke it through. That was one quality pass away from being a very decent chance. Look. And the whistle goes for half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. That gets things going for the second half. So deadlock still as the second half begins. Room for a shot. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Now can he finish? Looks to clip it forward. And he's there to hoof it away. Dinks one in.
They're actually not getting too tight.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
It's come loose. Oh, really tidy interchange. Goes for the cross. He's dealt with that well. Is there any support? He might not need it. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Out to the left it goes. Driving on, a real charge here. Goes for goal! It's in! And that could well be the winner! Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Well, the referee's seen the board and he's going to allow a double change to go ahead now. Dynamo Kiev break the deadlock.
Oh, it was a long time coming, but I think it's fully merited. They've applied themselves extremely well.
And help's available out wide. Loose ball, who's going to get there? And that is that. Well, that is truly disappointing. It is a results business, and this result is worth nothing. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
It's a poor result. They offered very little goal threat, and it's the kind of unproductive performance that can drain confidence pretty quickly. At the business end, they just can't close a deal.
Well, that's it from us. Thanks very much, Jim. It's a very good day to you from both of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, for information on human commutants, please visit the channels.
on this most pleasant evening. There has been a clamour to get inside the ground tonight for a much-anticipated game. The roads outside of the stadium have been bumper to bumper with traffic. The car parks are full. There is a torrent of humankind making its way from the nearby station, and we expect every seat to be filled. An atmosphere of great expectation and excitement. It is a venue this which simply adds to the spectacle of the game it stages. One of the most impressive arenas in this part of the world. Empoli have clearly decided to play here with a 5-3-2 formation, Jim.
Well, it could be a disguise, Peter, for something else, and that five at the back can easily produce wing-backs. If that's the case, I think, you know, it might end up a three at times. Admittedly, though, if they do play deeper and in line with the centre-backs, then we can take it that they don't really want to give much away. That'll be foremost in their minds. But essentially, it depends on the two wide players in that defence. If they push on a little bit more, we could see something very different.
The action has already started. Antonelli.
Oh, good interception. Well positioned to make that interception.
Antonelli.
Well, the fact that we haven't had an attempt on goal is becoming an embarrassing reflection on these teams.
The defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again. Plays it out to the flank. Cleared without complication. Surely, is it in?
Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
It out wide. Played into the middle. Shapes the shoots.
Saved only by poor finishing.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
And the keeper's in command.
The ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. The keeper's got good distance on that. There's the whistle for half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
It's a goal kick. Antonelli. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection of what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
He's had a go! Great ball to play him in, but he will be gutted to miss that.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Cruzeiro chosen to bring on the last of their substitutes. Cruzeiro making 2 changes as we speak. Gets into a dangerous position. And the flag has stayed down.
Cruzeiro merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
It could be in here.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He's made sure that that won't get through. Dede. And that will be the final act. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goals. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. So perfect blue skies, almost no wind, beautiful yellow sunshine. These are conditions for the beautiful game. At least that is how it should be. The backdrop could not be any more idyllic. The players are with us now. The crowd is in good number and in shirt-sleeve order. It is lovely to be able to breathe fresh air without having to wrap oneself up to the gills, and simply to turn up and to enjoy a match that matters to so many. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. It is our understanding that they've gone with a 4-5-1.
Well, if you want to secure a clean sheet, Peter, this is a very good way of going about it. It adds discipline and lends a stubbornness to that midfield, which can stifle opposition attempts to play through, and it takes a lot of pressure off your defence, of course. Forces longer passes through the aerial route. So, all things considered, that extra layer across midfield is highly, highly effective.
So it's away we go then. Battles to win it back. Ball's loose, who's getting there? No question, that's a foul. And it's got through. Oh, that is lovely footwork. It's always going to be the keepers. Put it away! Neither side yet able to find the net. Tries to dink it in. The defence can get it clear. He's left his man, has a swing at it! Goal!
Yeah, looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Still a fragile lead though, they can't afford to sit on this.
Here it comes. And it's hoisted clear. Forward it goes. And the counter is on. There is the half-time whistle. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football, but one that still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
I'm sure they'll be very happy with the first half performance and the scoreline. They'll definitely want to maintain their momentum now and finish the job.
Leading 1-0 at the break. That gets things going for the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Great leap! And out to safety. Tries lifting it over. Whistle goes, he's been given offside.
He may have been caught offside, but, well, Peter, from experience, defenders, I can tell you, hate those runs in behind.
Gets it upfield. Over to the left. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Plays it out to the wing. Plays it through. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Defending was physical, no nonsense, and it had to be. Played into the middle.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Well, it is a narrow lead, but they are clinging on to it right now. 3 from 3 coming into today. Seem to be 4 wins from 4. It is a terrific run.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
Just a few more moments for them to hang on. He's found his man, and he's there to cut it out. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. The margins were tiny, just a goal in it, but that was enough.
Yeah, clean sheets and hard grind will help you go places, and they have a resolve that'll envy many.
So that's it from us. Many thanks go to Jim Beglin, and goodbye from us. Well, hello and welcome to what amounts to football heaven. It doesn't get a whole lot better than this. The conditions are utopian. The sky is blue and the players are with us for a football match so widely and keenly anticipated. Truly, this is pristine, and the level of expectation and excitement is reflected in the smiling faces of the crowd. They know it means so much, and they also experience between them a great sense of privilege at being able to attend this most special of games. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. It is our understanding that they've gone with a 4-5-1.
Well, if you want to secure a clean sheet, Peter, this is a very good way of going about it. It adds discipline and lends a stubbornness to that midfield, which can stifle opposition attempts to play through, and it takes a lot of pressure off your defence, of course. Forces longer passes through the aerial route. So, all things considered, that extra layer across midfield is highly, highly effective.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Oh, really good feet from him. That'll be a throw. Stambouli. Rudy. Plays it out to the wing. Aimed in towards the centre. He just whacks it away. Good clearance and very necessary.
Midway through the first half, and there's an impotence about this game that's causing me concern, and probably most of the stadium too. Let's just hope that by the end it'll have been forgotten.
Oh, has a swing at it! Goal! Solskjaer!
An exhibition in how to finish with a minimum of fuss.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, and they know there's plenty of work left in this one, Peter, before they can actually say that the job is over.
Schalke have the league's best defensive record. This is promising. Now surely! Oh, looking at that, the defence was beaten. Rudy. Nastasic. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Shapes the shoots! That is wayward. Was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And the first 45 minutes are up. And there we are, off they go for half-time. The breakthrough did indeed come in the first half, but there has only been that one goal. It is very, very tight.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
If you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. So, 45 minutes to turn it round. Plays it out to the flank. Oh, that's nice. Here it is now, surely! Gets good distance on it. Chance to break. Crunching tackle. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Just has to be done.
Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Out to the left it goes. Forward it goes. It was on the back foot. And it's Bergstaller. Stambouli. And it's Bergstaller. Played out to the right. Stambouli. Rudy. Well, they could break here. Battles to win it back.
Schalke certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
And it's Bergstaller. He's gone for it! Oh, taken with style! And surely that does it! Perfect time, decisive strike!
Oh, the invitation was received with such a clever run, and he had that defence in utter confusion.
Two up. The final whistle. Well, that does not help. Interpret the performance as you will, but the key truth is that they lost. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
It's a poor result. They offered very little goal threat, and it's the kind of unproductive performance that can drain confidence pretty quickly. At the business end, they just can't close a deal.
So that's it for today. Thank you, Jim, and good afternoon all.